Howdy folks, and welcome to a brand new reaction series. I've been wanting to do more music-based videos for a while now. I've done one or two in the past, but it's something I've always wanted to revisit for a couple shows that I don't necessarily want to react to that I haven't seen yet, as well as a couple other things here and there. And it has been requested of me to check out Epic the Musical. I've seen people talk about this thing everywhere. I've seen a lot of other reactors do videos for it, but I've never checked it out myself. I enjoy musicals. I enjoy Greek mythology. It seems like a match made in heaven, right? But for whatever reason, this one has just completely missed me. I'm late to this one. Like back in the day when Hamilton was blowing up, I was super late to Hamilton as well. All my friends would make so many references and I just wouldn't understand. I wouldn't get them at all until I finally checked it out and I was like, oh, I love this actually. And now I'm feeling like Epic is going to be the same. From what I understand, this is a musical retelling of the Odyssey, which I have read parts of. We were assigned to read it in high school, but not the whole thing, just a couple sections of it. The Cyclops section, the Siren section, the Return to Ithaca section. So I know the basics of the story without many of the finer details. And likewise, in terms of music, I'm very familiar with Symphony X's The Odyssey, which is like a 24-minute epic that covers some of the bigger parts of it as well, but it is a phenomenal song. So here we get this broken down saga by saga. Today I'm going to be listening to the first one, the Troy Saga. Additionally, this, like I said, this was requested over my Discord channel. There should be a link to join the Discord if you want. There's some big epic heads in there. Somebody else in my Discord server went ahead and put together a playlist for me of Animatics. It looks like there's a good variety of people who made these. So additionally, I'm going to have some to watch while I listen to these as well. So I'm going to shout out the creators as I go. But just wanted to give a quick special thanks to Orange Evie for making the suggestion in the first place and Calamity for putting this playlist together. I have run this playlist by a couple other friends who like Epic, and they've said that this is a fairly solid playlist as far as the animatics, the quality of them, and the general variety that we get. So I'm really excited to get into this. So let's scooch over here because I am going to be doing a little bit of watching for this one. But just take this opportunity to thank you for watching me watch this thing, and I guess listen as well. Sorry, I just hit full screen and heard the first note, so spoilers for that one, I guess. Hey, I don't know what the copyright situation is going to be like for this one. I know that this was a web-based project, that everything was released online. So I'm hoping that copyright's going to be pretty nice to me. But if I do have to edit this, chop this down, the full thing will be available on Patreon. There should be, if that's the case, there'll be a link to the Patreon in the description below. But hopefully I can get this all up on YouTube, pretty much uncut, for your listening and viewing pleasure. But if you're new here to the channel, please make sure you subscribe to the channel so you see when more of these come out. Make sure you hit the like button so that I know that you're enjoying this and that I should do more of it. I'm probably going to do more of it because hopefully this should be an easy record as I go, and it's not that long either video wise. But please leave a like on the video, leave a comment, let me know what you think of the reaction, of the music itself. If you're a big Epic head, just let me know your thoughts about everything. I'm gonna try to spread these out in real life for me recording to give me time to re-listen to each saga to kind of get leitmotifs and musical themes and lyrical themes and stuff kind of stuck in my head to see if any of those get reprised later. But with all that being said, did I even say subscribe to the channel? If you are new to the channel, make sure you go over to my channel, check out the playlist. A lot of what I do is watching cartoons, so see if there's anything I've watched that strikes your fancy that you might want to check out as well. I always say the best thing you can do for me, aside from liking and subscribing, is just watching one more video of mine. Could you do that for me, please? And with all that being said, let's get started with the first song from Epic the Musical, the Troy Saga, The Horse and the Infant. Starting up in 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, my brothers, listen closely.
I should probably put on closed captioning for this. There we go.
10 years of war, they killed us slowly.
I was just also about to say, I don't know what genre to expect for this.
Think of your wives and your children.
Especially you, Odysseus. Think of your wife. For some of you, it might take extra long to get home. Some of them are growing even older.
Diomedes will lead the charge. Agamemnon will flank the yards. Menelaus will let our mates through the gates to take the whole city at large. Nestor, secure Helena, protect her. Leo, avenge your father, kill the brothers of Hector. Yes, sir.
I'm gonna take a quick pause here. Just that always helps with copyright stuff. But I'm just trying to take this in all at once. It is hard to like react while I'm also trying to listen to a story. Listening to a song normally, like the lyrics aren't the most important thing as you go through. But I really hope this isn't blasphemous for me to say. But I did mention Hamilton earlier, and I know it's probably trite and cliche to compare things to Hamilton these days. I understand. Don't get me wrong. If I made something and people compared it to Hamilton, I'd probably be a little upset. But I'm getting a little bit of Hamilton vibes, at least in this one song. Just the fact that the delivery, kind of in the George Washington leading the troops, kind of those songs. Since this is starting with the war, from what I remember about the Odyssey, the war was pretty much over at the start. It might have entailed a little bit of battle at the very start of it, but most of the battle was in the Iliad, from what I remember. Whereas the Odyssey is basically like war's over, everyone's going home. This is the start of Odysseus's no good, very bad 20 years or however long it takes him to get home. So I just had to get that out of my system. Like I said, the delivery's a little bit on the fast bit. I'm trying to place genre for this because I really wouldn't call it hip hop, even though there's a little bit of fast cadence in the words. It's just what popped into my head. I am enjoying having the animatics here to kind of look at, to kind of guide me through this, but forgive me if I'm just kind of like focusing down here at the lyrics, because I am trying to pay attention. Even though, like I said, I know the story, I still want to like check in with the words and stuff, to kind of look for themes within the lyrics, any repeated lines or something. I'm big into progressive rock, so a lot of like motifs and stuff that get repeated throughout a longer piece of music, I'm into that kind of stuff. So forgive me if I'm a little quiet as it's going on. I'm going to try to stick with it here.
What do you live for? What do you try for? What do you wish for? What do you fight for? Penelope.
Yeah.
Penelope.
So that's Odysseus then.
Telemachus.
The patient from the Bluey episode.
Telemachus. What do you wish for? I'm on my way. What do you fight for? Attack!
I like that kind of electric guitar kind of coming in light in the background. Then we get, I don't even want to call it EDM, but just a more electronic kind of sound. Not like guitar notes like being like held and sustained or anything. More synth driven.
A vision of what is to come cannot be outrun, can only be dealt with right here and now.
Is that Zeus? Because I know the big god that he deals with through a lot of this is Poseidon, right? But the fact that we see it in the clouds makes me think Zeus.
I know that I'm ready.
I don't think you're ready.
You'll never truly be ready, right? Ooh. I like that little transition to
Just an infant.
the kind of child sounding, like toy box kind of sounding music.
What sort of imminent threat does he pose?
This is the son of none other than Troy's very own Prince Hector. Know that he will grow from a boy to an avenger.
Yeah. Can you do it knowing that you fight for Penelope and Telemachus?
If you don't end him now, you'll have no one left to save. You can say goodbye to.
See, in this aspect of the story, I wasn't familiar with.
I could raise him as my
Your
own. Or
house
send him
and
far away from home.
And I like the kind of voices swirling around each other in the background here. Add my voice to it as well as a third. So
Please don't make me do
So
this.
is this
Don't
why
make me
it took
do
him
this.
so long to get home?
Because
he fails to do it here.
All you can choose is
All right, that's a bar right there. Is this the end? All right, yeah, that's the end of the first one. By the way, I don't think I called this one out. This is by Gigi. I believe the first and the second one are both from Gigi. So let me cue up the next one as I kind of talk about it. I really liked that last line of the song. The only thing left is to choose. Like, the blood on your hands, you will not lose. All that's left to do is for you to choose whose blood, basically. I dug that. Very electronic driven, and I'm still trying to place like the genre, and it's kind of, I don't even want to say unplaceable. It's certainly not. Yes, there's shades of musical theater in there, especially like with Odysseus talking. I'm assuming that was Odysseus, right? Because Penelope talking about, his wife, who he's essentially trying to get home to. Odysseus may be the most famous wife guy of all time of literature, right? But I really like the juxtaposition. Like I said, that was an aspect of the story that I was unfamiliar with, about him being told to kill the child. Like I said, large swaths of knowing like the bigger part of the story, and like the most famous scenes, like I said, the Cyclops, the sirens, all that kind of stuff. Him returning to Ithaca in the guise of a beggar, shooting the arrow, all that stuff, which I'm sure all that's coming later. I did see, I think the first song of Saga number 2 is called Polyphemus, which I think is the name of the Cyclops, right? But yeah, that was I liked that. Like shades of musical theater, like I said, but as far as like picking genre, like it's kind of hard to, because there was like a lot of like synth driven stuff, but I wouldn't necessarily call it pop. The kind of quick delivery after I compared it to Hamilton pretty much ended right after I unpaused, so that completely went out the window after I made that comparison. I kind of regret doing it now. I'm sorry. I hope you didn't click off the video, but if you did, you're probably not watching me apologize to that now, so sorry. So anyway, I said all that to say, like, it's unique sounding. I'll give it that. Little bits of electric guitar there, but I wouldn't call it rock. Wouldn't call it pop, like I said. It's just its own thing, and I kind of like that. So anyway, let's move on to the second one. All of these are pretty much between like 3 and 4 minutes. It looks like the last song of, I scrolled down through the playlist just to see it. It looks like the last song in the last saga is about 6 minutes long, so a good deal longer for the grand finale. But pretty much that first one was like 4 minutes. This one's about 3, and that most of them look like they fall between 3 and 4. So hopefully this, shouldn't take too long to get through. I think I kind of added it up, and this first saga is going to be, it's about 17 minutes of music. So a typical prog song, right? But anyway, this second one, like I said, this is also by Gigi and is titled Just a Man. So yeah, and here I see right here in this opening screen, this animatic takes place right after this one, which I'm assuming is the one I just watched. So I guess the music kind of runs like straight from one to the other. As you're telling a story, who would have thought things come before and after each other? Whoa, what a concept. Anyway, let's start up Just a Man in 3, 2, 1, go. I recommend watching that one before this to get the full context. Good thing I did, right? Okay, so this one's definitely more of a lament sounding one, just already within the first couple notes. This is a how can I do this? Like, how can I kill such a beautiful child?
You're as old as he was when I left for war.
A long time ago, and it'll be a long time before you get back.
Close your eyes and spare yourself the view.
That's rough.
How could I hurt you?
Yeah, and back then, being commanded by the gods to do something.
Even after all the years away from what I've known, I'm just a man who's fighting for his life.
I like that we get a lot of flashes of, at the very least in the animatic, get a lot of flashes of Penelope and
But
his
when
son.
does a comet become a meteor? When does a candle become a blaze? When does a man
I like those
become
lines.
a monster?
I like how that applies to both of them too.
When does a man become a monster?
The man becoming a monster is him, but the comet becoming a meteor is the kid. If I let him live, he could become all these things. The tidal wave. And I like how as he's singing about this, even as he walked out into the light, he was still shrouded in shadow.
I'm just a man.
I honestly don't know if he actually goes through with it, which I guess there's some tension there, right? as far as the story. Oh, this one starts off bright. Yeah, more of a lament, like an internal, like not even necessarily an "I want" song, because that was kind of addressed in the first one, right? I want to go home to my wife and son, right? And now this is more of I don't, what do you call it in musical theater? Like "I want" is like a really famous term, but this was, that really like introspective kind of like almost like a soliloquy kind of song, right? It all took place of him in that room, basically. Can I do this? Can I do it? This third song is called Full Speed Ahead. So I don't know what that entails, actually. But this one is a new creator. This one is from Wolfie the Witch. So I'll be interested to see the kind of compare and contrast between the first couple being from one creator and this one being from another. I'm going to have to relearn my visual cues of who's who, but it's pretty much just Odysseus, right, that we've gotten so far. So I don't think it should be too big of a stretch to kind of figure out which one is which, because it's just one of them and a baby. Anyway, let us start up Full Speed Ahead in 3, 2, 1, go.
600 men.
Oh, the closed caption stayed on this time. What do you know?
600 men under my command, with only one goal in mind.
To fucking go home.
600 men, 600 miles of open sea.
You lose 1 man per mile. So I guess if he did disobey, that would be the reason why the gods made his trip so treacherous, right? And also him sailing is why Poseidon would be kind of the biggest antagonist to him, right? I'm also just watching this and realizing I haven't played Hades 2 yet. I should really get on that.
600 reasons to take what we can. So Captain,
it's a good bass line, though it is kind of drowned out.
Watch where the birds fly.
I love how happiest and full of wonder Odysseus looked there. Watch where they fly. This journey is going to wipe the smile off that face pretty damn quick, I think.
Captain Polities.
Look! There in the distance, I see an island. I see a light that faintly glows. Maybe they'll share some food, who knows?
I say we strike first. We don't have time to waste, so let's raid the place and...
No. Polities, gear up. You and I'll go ahead.
You and I'll go ahead.
We should try.
I'm trying to decide if Polity's voice has a little more auto-tune to it than most of the others I've heard so far.
And if we don't return, then 600 men can make this whole place burn. Full speed ahead.
Once again, like just a little taste of electric guitar I get make me happy.
We're up, we're off, and away we go.
But then again, as soon as it shows up, it goes away. Okay, I need to take a quick time out to look up, did Odysseus kill the kid? That's what I'm going to Google, just like that. Did Odysseus kill the kid? According to some versions, it's debated, it seems. Okay, that was from the Iliad, so no wonder I don't know it. I come from knowing some of Epic. Okay, so they're asking too. So I wasn't the only person who listened to Epic that had this question. In the Iliad, Odysseus does not kill Astyanax, mainly because that happened only after the city fell. Such an event does not occur in the Iliad. It ends after Hector's corpse is returned by Achilles to King Priam. Odysseus killing the kid only occurs in some versions of the event. In most cases, it seems like it was Achilles' son who killed the infant. Okay. So I think I can still run with that kind of theory that's the reason why the gods hated him. Or it could be explained. It could be just common knowledge that I'm just like ignorant on, and I apologize for that. But I'm going through with this as given, basically. This next one is titled Open Arms, and this is from another new creator, Mircsy, Mircsy. So welcome It looks like the next one is as well, Warrior of the Mind, which I think is the last one of Epic 1. Let's dig into this one. 3, 2, 1, go.
You can relax, my friend.
By the way, I'm going to have links to all of these animatics in the description of the video. So I'm sure a lot of you have seen these, have seen all of these, but for sure, go give them watches, give them likes if you haven't already. Give them more watches even if you've seen it already.
I know that you're tired of the war and bloodshed. Tell me, is this how we're supposed to live? This life is amazing when you greet it with
Also, this
open
is
arms.
quite a tonal shift from the first couple.
No matter the place, we can light up
And
the
I can
world.
see
Here's
why
how
this
it
creator
starts.
was picked for this one in the playlist.
With open
This is
arms.
very like, oh,
Stay back.
okay, never mind. It's less happy than I expected.
My friend.
But it was almost whimsical even. Just especially the animatic portion of it.
600 friends are waiting for us to show our faces. Stay back, I'm warning you.
We can't feed 600. That's a lot of food.
My men will turn this place into blazes.
Oh.
See? This life is amazing.
Oh, and then of course we're back to it. Okay. All right. I get it. I get it now. It took me to get back to this to fully get it.
No matter the place, we can light up the world. Here's how it starts. Greet the world with open arms. Greet the world with open arms.
I will say this one, aside from, like I said, getting the joke basically, or not even the joke, but just the intent behind it. Just this kind of genre, I guess. This isn't my favorite one of the day so far, I would say.
This life is amazing when you greet it with open arms.
I think it's just like the singer's register is like too high that I couldn't sing this.
Greet the world with open arms. Greet the world with open arms.
Greet the world with open arms.
No, that'll be your undoing,
Relax, my
Odysseus.
friend.
Yeah, that wasn't my favorite song of any of them yet. Oh, is there more? No, there's not. It's just a... Oh, I don't know if that's actually part of the song or not. There's some static. I'm assuming I put it in there. I'll have to edit that in, I guess. Yeah, it's just that kind of sing-songy, like really high register male voice is not my favorite thing to listen to, if that makes sense. I don't know. It just like I said, I get it and I understand the joke and everything, but you know, I prefer the I think still my favorite so far is the horse and the infant. It left a pretty strong impression to start. But we have one more, Warrior of the Mind. So I guess we will see. This is also by Mirksi. I really hope I'm pronouncing that right. So once again, back-to-back ones, and I guess it makes sense. Finding them and then going on to the cave where they showed us. I understand why we're sticking with the same animator for this one. But yeah, this is the last one for the first saga, as it were. So let's see how this first part ends. Starting up in 3, 2, 1, go.
Have you forgotten the lessons I taught you?
Okay. I dig this one already.
This is not you. I see.
And yeah, a lot of these have flashing light warnings on them. So I'm sorry if that's rough for some, but I'm digging this one so far. Also keeping in mind that this is from the same animator, like the flash to darkness.
Master of war.
Nice. I love that we get the little intro card for the animatic, like after we've heard a full verse.
Create the greatest warrior. I had a challenge, a test of skill. One day a boy came for the thrill.
I'm unfamiliar with this aspect of the story as well.
Then they'll see I know he'll change the world, 'cause he is a warrior of the mind.
And I also forget how many other gods. Obviously, Athena seems like a friend right at this point. Non-threatening, probably gonna warn him about Poseidon. I think it's mostly Poseidon that's a dick to us during this. Oh, back to darkness here. You know, synth-driven music I'm not the biggest fan of. So that's why immediately I said I like this one so far, because of the piano that we started with.
How can you see through my spell?
Because I'm a warrior of the mind, motherfucker. Nice.
Well done, enlighten me, what's your name?
You first, and maybe I'll do the same.
You don't know who I am? A god going somewhere and being a Karen, just like, do you know who I am? Do you know the power I have?
Badass in the arena, unmatched, witty, and queen of the.
Maybe one day they'll follow me and we'll make a greater tomorrow.
Nice harmony there. We haven't gotten too much actual, like, harmony between two people. Like, we've definitely had voices singing at the same time, but not the same thing in harmony. And I like how even though a lot of the electronic synth stuff has come in, I still hear the piano kind of running in the background. I can't help but just like kind of nod my head to the pulsing kick drum beat, basically.
Don't disappoint me.
Are you truly fine, Odysseus? That's how the other one ended too. Okay, so that's it for this one then. So that is the end of Saga 1, the Troy Saga. I will say Warrior of the Mind was far and away my favorite here. Not that I didn't like the others. Like I said, Horse and the Infant I liked. The I'm Just a Man was, you know, very introspective. Full Speed Ahead was fine, and then it kind of lost me a little bit for Open Arms with Arms Wide Open by Creed. I think that's why I think I just like Creed better. Go watch my Creed video. I made it last year and nobody watched it. It was a lot of fun. But regardless, this one really brought it back. I really liked this one. Like I said, our first time really hearing like full harmony between two singers that I can remember. I don't think there really was in With Arms Wide Open because I can't remember the actual name of the song. Yeah, I dug that one. From a musical perspective, I like the fact that there was, I don't know if I got the thought out there, but I'm more of a fan of real instruments as opposed to synth-driven stuff. So the fact that we kind of got that piano being like the foundation of that one kind of made me happy, as opposed to just the synth like bom bom, kind of noises kind of throughout. For lack of a better term, how to describe it. Yeah. I dug this overall. I'm very curious to kind of keep going throughout. I think there's 6 or 7 sagas. I'm sure y'all know better than me, but however many there are, that would be how much there is of this series. Like I said, I'm gonna take some time. I'm gonna re-listen to these, see if my takes alter at all between now and whenever I next record. But I really hope you liked this. I hope I wasn't just too quiet the whole time. I hope I didn't make fun of your favorite. I hope With Arms Wide Open isn't your favorite song. And I just kind of dumped on it a little bit. But that's my thoughts. It's my video. But regardless, like I said, please do all the YouTube things. Let me know what you thought of the reaction. Let me know what your favorite of the Troy Saga is, and hit me with your favorites of the whole musical overall, so I can kind of know, not even necessarily what to get my hopes up for, but just so I kind of know like what the general kind of consensus is. Is this considered, and also where the Troy Saga kind of lands between some of the others. I'm assuming a lot of it is kind of expository, and once we get kind of into the meat of the Odyssey, because like I said, some of this seems to have taken place in the Iliad to kind of get us up to speed about why we're going home and what we were doing. Whereas the Odyssey, I think, just kind of starts from what I remember. But yeah, that's all I got for today. Let me know what you thought. Don't forget to leave a like on your way out, and I'll catch you next time with the next saga of Epic. Take it easy, everybody.